guys, welcome into this edition of Culinary Clice. As you can see, there's some audio difficulties going on. What happened, the piece that I plugged into my phone for the microphone was dead. I knew it, but I left it in there, so I have no audio on the original film, but I'm not wasting this meal. So today's episode is Pasta Fazool, and basically what it is, it's you're hungry, what do I have in my pantry or my fridge to throw together? Like, part of this recipe is like you don't have any thawed meat, so you go to your pantry. What I'm doing, I got the water boiling to put my pasta in. I got the stove, the frying pan warming up. I got some onions that are chopped. I'm going to throw them on there to cook along with, and I'll wait till I get there. The original recipe calls for cannellini beans, I believe, but I had to ask the Google because I didn't have them, and navy beans is the choice I use as a substitute. So as you can see, I'm adding the olive oil to let it get warmed up a little bit. And what we're going to do, I use, it calls for onions and carrots right here to be cooked with parsley, garlic, basil, and oregano. You do it for about 6 to 8 minutes, but I didn't have any fresh carrots, so I'm going to add them later when I add the beans because I had some canned carrots. You just slide them on in there like that. Yep, 6 to 8 minutes. Got the water boiling for the pasta. I timed this perfect. Like, this cooked for 6 to 8 minutes. Then you're going to add in the beans, the carrots, and you add in some diced tomatoes, canned tomatoes, and you keep some of that liquid mixture to add to it. But this is kind of weird. I'm giving a play-by-play, trying to figure out what I was doing. I'm also looking at the recipe myself. Here I'm adding mixed garlic. I think I did not include that in my list, but you cook all this down, and I'm using, already bought minced garlic because that's easier and we have it. And you want to have, let me see, it's a tablespoon of minced garlic is what it calls for, and it calls for, there I am cleaning it off, getting that garlic water junk off so I can add to the parsley. You add 2 tablespoons of parsley. It calls for fresh parsley, but I don't have it. I have dried, so. It's like Don Rumsfeld once said, you go to war with the military you have, not the military you want. So, that's what I'm doing here. I'm adding in some either basil or oregano there, and then this would be the other one. So I'm going to let that cook, and I'm about to come back live with another thing. When I'm adding, yep, here I am. I'm adding in the pasta. These are garbanzo bean pasta, because that's what we had. So it's a little healthier take on an Italian dish. Got that water boiling, 8 to 10 minutes. I think I did it for 10. That is an 8-ounce serving, or an 8 ounces of the beans. Here I am adding the carrots and beans. You're going to let these cook for about 10 minutes. So as you can see, I timed it perfect. 10 minutes of cook time each. Now I'm going to add in the tomatoes, diced tomatoes. I think I threw it away. And here comes, calls for a 1/4 cup. I had a 1/3 cup measurement, and I probably got about a 1/4 cup of juice in there. So here I am. I'm just going to stir it in, let it cook. You want to stir this constantly. Not constantly, but every minute or so. You're just trying to get all them canned vegetables warmed up. Mix in the onions that have already been there. You want a good, mixture, evenly placed mixture. And Now I think I'm going to come back here. Yep, here I come back. Everything's cooked. You see everything's steaming. I've already drained the garbanzo bean pasta. Got it cooking, so here we go. I'm just going to add it in there, and you're going to have to stir it. I use my 12-inch pan, and it took all of it. It's quite a big recipe for 2 people that'll eat it. It calls for 2 tablespoons of butter. I probably should have cut that in pieces because it took it a little longer to melt, but you know, I just worked it in. And it calls for red wine vinegar, and I went with rice vinegar. I didn't use what it said. I probably put in too much. It calls for 1 tablespoon, and I probably got a good 1/4 cup in there. And then, what is a pasta dish without cheese? Parmesan cheese. Here I am. I add in. You see me smell it. I thought it smelled bad, but it was actually the rice vinegar that had a vinegary smell. So that food's fresh. But you just mix that in, and I've taken pictures, and I'll have it on there. And I don't know when I'm going to say it. See, I knocked some of it out. I'm no culinary expert, but I can cook sometimes. Till next time.